Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Report on Channels Television. I am Chris Elams. Today, sports culture in Surulere intact despite closure of the National Stadium due to COVID-19. Also, meet Adebayo Rufus, aka Poison, a former national and African boxing champion. As unemployment figure amongst young Nigerians rises to 13.9 million according to the National Bureau of Statistics, two young men in Calabar take their destiny into their hands and are now creating jobs instead of waiting to be employed. Join us for these stories and more. When the closure of events or meeting places to forestall the spread of COVID-19 was announced, one area that felt the impact is Surulere, the sports city as it is fondly called. The National Stadium, which served as a melting pot for sports lovers, have significantly witnessed decreased activities. Now, how are the people faring? Has it affected the culture of sport or fitness in the area? Join us. This is the National Stadium in Surulere, bustling with different groups engaged in various fitness activities. On a normal day, everyone would be within the sports complex for their routine exercises. But with the closure of meeting places as part of the COVID-19 protocol to stem the spread of the virus, the sports-loving people seek alternative. On the road, street sides,
take it up. Come on. 5, 6, 7. Take it down.
On the bridge, and even under the bridge. For these fitness enthusiasts who come as they are, there is no letting down. The benefits outweigh the pain.
For me, let me say it's a proceed from COVID-19 experience, you know. And since I've joined, I'm hypertensive. And like I told my cardiologist, each day I come for my fitness class, I don't take my meds because my blood pressure comes down really good. So I don't need to take my meds. So for me, it's a lifestyle that I think everybody should adopt. It increases your spirit, boosts your immune system, because I used to have depression issues, I won't lie to you. But when I joined this class, all that disappeared magically. So exercise, fitness is very key for our human development. You know, WHO will say, how do they define good health? They say complete physical, mental, spiritual. This takes care of the mental aspect as well as the physical.
Right behind me is another sports center right here in Surulere. It is the Sam Shonibare Community Sports Center, currently under rehabilitation. While that is a welcome development, the road around here, which is the Okoya Thomas Crescent, leaves much to be desired at this moment. It is an eyesore, but information reaching us has it that it has actually been provided for under the constituency project of the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, and the people are actually happy about development. While some of the users are grateful for the role the facility plays in the community, they also express their concerns, which include maintenance and security of the sports center.
The environment is very nice for people to come
No matter who you are, you can easily come in and do whatever you want to do. Play with your kids, come in and play tennis, play football, or you do hockey. There's aerobics ground there for people to use to do aerobics. You can come in and do it. For the security, we need more security, especially at night. There's enough security for us daytime like this. Everywhere is secure. But at night, the security is not enough for us at night. So we need security and we need floodlights in this place. Because floodlight is one security that we don't have. With the floodlight, you can see whoever is inside. You can see whoever is at the back there with the floodlight. So with the floodlight, I think the security is good to go. But with ordinary touch, how many people that can you catch with touch? Nothing. So at least with that, we are good.
This place is okay. The only problem sometimes when it rains, so we have waterlogged areas. But thank God, I think the member house of rep is doing a lot of work, and even the Lagos State government itself. So we are appealing to them on behalf of the estate or the community around here to especially look into this, the drainage here, and then improve it so that at least the water will have a free flow.
I know it's politics that is driving it, because these things should have been taken care of. I mean, it should be maintained regularly. You don't wait until there's election coming before something is fixed. For instance, there's the development going there, I know it's one of the politicians, pushing it, There should be money that should be, allocated to development of sports. We have so many places in Sulere, especially in Sulere here. We have so many places in Sulere that should be developed. But for instance, here now, this court, it was for a long time. It was dilapidated, wasn't in use. Then what politician came and worked on it, and even at that, they didn't even open it for like 8 months. And then the things started spoiling and getting ruined again. Then we now came together to fix it the way it is now. It was the effort of people who played here, you understand, who made it look like this, So what we want to ask for government to support us. Yes, we'll do the best we can, to help, because we love sports. But we need government to support us.
Right under the bridge at Shita, some boxers trade punches. Amongst them is a one-time national and African boxing champion, Adebayo Rufus, also known as Poison in his heydays. Though he's done representing a country in boxing, Adebayo still works those knuckles for a profession he loves. Adebayo, who says he started at the age of 12, takes us down memory lane.
I started boxing at the tender age of 12 when I was in secondary school. I firstly represented all Lagos State Secondary School Championship. That's where I started boxing. From there, I developed interest. I have to arrange punching bag at home, at the back of my father's house. Then I start training. I just love boxing. I believe my star goes on boxing, but no good background, no good management. So that's where I start. I start gradually. I knock many opponents. At least I have almost 250 amateur fights. I lost only 6 out of 250 amateur fights. I knock most of my opponents. Yes, I turned professional in 1987. They call me Poison because when I punch them, they always go down.
He recalls with fond memories some of his fights.
He took me to London in winter time. That is 3 days to the fight. I was asking, why should it be? When I got to London, I started frozen. Everybody was asking me, why should they bring me to London 3 days to the fight for Commonwealth title, which I've not acclimatized. I cannot acclimatize the weather now. I'm frozen, shaking. They now give me hand gloves. I wear 3 coats, put on sweater, put on coat, put on everything. I cannot just understand myself. And that is one of the bad fights I feel. I lost the fight in round 7. And that is one of my best fights. It's when I fight for, I think, my national title against from Benson. 12 rounds fight, national title fight from Benson. In the second round, I dropped hand. People were surprised. And it was punching. It was punching. I dropped my hand, I was punching before they ring the bell. People were shouting, this title fighter, you are dropping your hand. I say, I'm confident. So when they ring the bell for the 3rd round, I went to him. I rapped him with a lot of counter punch, and he fell down. And that is the end of his boxing career. I knocked him in round 3 for the national title fight. It's one of my best fights. Kevin Woodway, I knocked him round 9. Victor Inca, African title, I knocked him in the last round, which I've already promised him that I'm going to take the title. I didn't promise knockout. I told him I'm going to take the title and I will send it to hospital.
The question that kept bugging my mind is, what is a man of his status doing under the bridge in Surulere? Having thrown so many punches and received as much in his quest to represent the state and country, Adebayo is now hard hit by frustration. He says he has nothing to show for all his efforts.
I can say I achieved nothing that the country have done for me. Even after my African title fight, my promoter take me to Osun State to visit Oni of Ife, because I'm from Ife. My father is from Ile Ife. So they take me there. The Excellency Adeleke, Chief Adeleke was there that very day. Yeah, I visited him also, and he lost my visit. And he also promised. But I don't know, I can't see anything after the promise. There's nothing for all I've done. I've got no place for myself for living. It's when you are making name, they want to know you. After that, they don't want to know you. They don't even see you. And that is Nigerian for you. So I've done a lot. I see nothing. I'm living stranded now. To hit is hard for me. It's only when I went to friends, went to young brothers for help before I can live. That is my living now.
The sad tale of a Commonwealth boxing contender resonates with a number of sports personalities in the country today who have been shoved aside the moment they left the limelight.
So I was thinking maybe he moved forward, maybe for world title shot. But I was surprised today that nobody look at the boxers, the government. We fight like look at Anthony Joshua now. Anthony Joshua is doing fine because good 18 he didn't represent Nigeria. I didn't mean Nigeria, no, he will just be a watcher boxer. Man, look at him now, he's fighting. He's doing fine, and now Nigeria is now recognizing as a world heavyweight champion. But when he was fighting, nobody knew him.
For now, the culture of sports in Surulere, which has been a significant part of the lives of the residents, shines on. There is no letting off, says these residents.
Except you don't come out of your house. There's no how you won't get, glued into activities in Surulere. It's an everyday thing. It's not only Saturdays, but of course on Saturdays you find so many people on the streets because they are off work and all that. But even during the weekdays, it's amazing. You come out, the street is filled up. It's a beautiful experience that we want everybody to partake in.
Weekday or weekend, the sports city still upholds the culture of fitness and grooming of sports starlets. But like Adebayo, some of the stories leave us with a bitter taste.